Breathing in activates a process called cellular respiration. Cellular respiration is a process in which we activate the stored energy in us in order to use that stored energy. Our cellular respiration is aerobic because we use energy in order to activate our stored energy. So oxygen activates the fats, the proteins, whatever stored energy is in us in order for us to use it for our activities, for our running, for our daily lives. What's up everyone, it's Mr. Marambo, and today we are going to talk about how organisms like us access our stored energy. In our last class, we talked about the water cycle, one out of 3 matter cycles that uses the elements that created us in order to sustain life on our planet. Now, what do we mean by accessing stored energy? So when I eat, I put energy inside me. When I drink my water, I also put energy inside me. Now, those are ways of accessing energy, but there's also ways of accessing the stored energy because I don't use the energy I put in my body right away. It becomes stored until I activate it. Organisms access their energy one or both ways. Photosynthesis or cellular respiration, or both. Photosynthesis is a process used by autotrophs. Autotrophs mainly being plants that create their own food. That is what it means to be an autotroph. These organisms make their own food or access energy through photosynthesis, namely by using carbon dioxide, CO2, and water, H2O, from the organisms and areas around them, and using the sun to activate those things. Autotrophs basically breathe in carbon dioxide and get in water and use the sunlight in order to produce sugars and oxygen. This is how they make their own food. With sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water, they make sugars for them to use for their bodily processes, and then they breathe out oxygen. This equation shows the before, what they use, and the after, what they output of an autotroph. Now that's photosynthesis, the process of making your own stored energy. Cellular respiration, on the other hand, is actually activating that stored energy in order for it to use it. Autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs meaning organisms that make their own food. Heterotrophs are organisms that need to consume their own food in order to obtain energy, are both the organism types that do cellular respiration. Cellular respiration is the exact opposite of photosynthesis. And that's because other than making, or besides making your own stored energy, this process is about releasing that stored energy. And autotrophs and heterotrophs mainly do this by breathing. They use the sugars in them, the stored energy, and the oxygen that they breathe in, and release carbon dioxide and water from that breathing out. Again, cellular respiration is the opposite of photosynthesis, meaning instead of making the stored energy, you're actually using that stored energy to run, to breathe, to continue the bodily processes that enable you to continue to live. The reason why these equations are opposite, photosynthesis and cellular respiration, is why, you guessed it, the law of conservation of energy. This states that energy is neither created nor destroyed. Instead, the energy that we both consume and then use is both circulated in a never-ending cycle. That's photosynthesis and cellular respiration, the way organisms access stored energy in a nutshell. Looking at today's assignment, all we're doing is 2 things. First, we have a reading simply on what we just talked about and what we learned, and some reflection questions about both processes. Once you're done, make sure to complete your exit ticket by 3:30. And with that, we're one step closer about understanding why matter cycles are important. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day.